Welcome back, folks. I want to get into this a little bit. There have been mass shootings all over the major metropolitan areas over the holiday. The responses are typical. The places are the same. The party that controls these cities, same party. The propaganda from the White House is the same, and I want to confront this head on. This is not about too many guns. It's not about number of bullets in magazines. It's not about background checks. It's not about any of this. Because none of that would have stopped a damn thing. And people should be sick and tired of how the Democrat Party exploits this every single time. It's their cities. They undermine the cops. They turn the public on the cops. They reduce the number of foot traffic cops in neighborhoods that need them. People are not serving the kind of prison time that they should. So the Democrat Party blames it on white dominant culture, the Second Amendment, gun manufacturers, but never themselves. And I've had damn enough of this. So I'm going to dig into this. There's a hell of a lot to get to this evening. Stick with us. I'll be right back. If we've learned anything over the past 2 years, it's that unexpected things can happen. For example, average IRA and 401k balances fell 20% last year, according to Fidelity. We didn't expect that. But here's something that could help if you have an IRA or 401k. Physical gold in your IRA. The World Gold Council says even central banks are buying tons of gold. Now, what does that tell you? Learn why many Americans are turning to a gold IRA with Augusta Precious Metals. They're the best. I recommend them to my friends and family. You should call Augusta and get their ultimate guide to gold IRAs. Feels good to know there's another savings option. Diversity is the key. Call Augusta Precious Metals at 8774-GOLD-IRA. That's 8774-GOLD-IRA, 8774-GOLD-IRA. Consult your financial professionals before making investment decisions and get disclosures at AugustaPreciousMetals.com.
Love him or hate him or really, really hate him. The Great One is on the air at 877-381-3811.
Sorry, folks, I'm just thinking about this. Then I want to get into this topic about all these murders. Karl Marx is responsible, philosophically at least, for 100 million human beings being dead. And over 1 billion slaves to the state. You can find his books anywhere. Anywhere. My books aren't responsible for anybody's death. Karl Marx. Communist Manifesto, really a fairly small book. Get it anywhere. Any store. It's everywhere. It's amazing to me, the effort at thought control, brainwashing. Even as I step back and think about it, it's really quite remarkable what's going on in this country. And sickening. Sickening. What this will also demonstrate for you, I think, and I know, is the fusion between these Marxist movements and the Democrat Party that I keep talking about. They're one and the same. They're the same thing. Oh, no, you don't understand. They're progressive. No, they're not. And as I also explained in the book, the Democrat Party is not purely a political party. It's not even purely a cultural party. The Republican Party is not a cultural party. The Republican Party is sort of out of it. The Democrat Party is the state party. It's the government party. That's why you'll see its surrogates on TV defending censorship by the Biden administration or blaming Trump somehow. That's why you'll see them defending all that these Marxist movements stand for. Pretty close, or enough of it. And you're going to learn a lot about, in the shadows, despite what you know about Joe Biden, who's advising Biden? Who is it? Well, you're going to learn a lot. And they don't want you to learn this. They don't want you to point the finger at the Democrat Party. They want you to talk about vague, ambiguous targets. No. Democrat Party hates America and is destroying America. And I have 100,000 words to prove it. Probably would take 10, but you need to make an overwhelming case on every front. Whether you go back 100, 150 years, or whether you go back 1 week or 10 weeks. I'm very excited about this. And it's amazing to me, frankly, that 2 months before its release, the corporatists have already declared war. I say bring it on. Bring it on. Now, Biden urges stricter gun control after spate of holiday weekend shootings. This is CNBC. Spate or spat. Depends where you come from, I guess. It's not a spate or spat of holiday weekend shootings. There's mass murder going on across this country in our metropolitan areas. And it's happening every damn weekend. We see these horrific events that go on and where kids are murdered and so forth and so on. And it is. It's disgusting. It's horrendous. But it's actually going on every weekend. And so the Democrats have an answer. I'm going to give it to you right now. Joe Biden's answer. Says it's within our power to once again ban assault weapons and the high-capacity magazines, to require safe storage of guns, to end gun manufacturers' immunity from liability, and to enact universal background checks. Now, these are talking points, not just of an incredibly stupid human being, but a devious, diabolical human being. Ban assault weapons. What is an assault weapon? High-capacity magazines. One of these mass shootings was a pistol. So you bring more than one pistol. You bring more than one rifle. Excuse me. To require safe storage of guns. That's the issue. To end gun manufacturers' immunity for liability. What he means is he wants to let loose the Democrat Party slip and fall trial lawyers who will completely destroy the gun manufacturing business. But he thinks you're too stupid to know that. Just because he's stupid doesn't mean you are. And universal background checks. Whenever you purchase a gun legally, you have a universal background check, as Hunter Biden should know, and as Joe Biden should know, and Hunter Biden lied on his. He lied, for which he's not going to do 1 minute of time in prison. Now, we don't need lectures from Joe Biden because he's an idiot and he's an ideologue. But I want to know, Mr. Producer, I want one line open, Mr. Call Screener, for a leftist. Exactly what law would prevent this? What law? I want to know. What law? He says be able to sue manufacturers out of business. So what'll happen? People will buy guns that are manufactured overseas. Well, we'll make it illegal. Then there'll be a black market. We can't stop people from coming across. Can't stop fentanyl from coming across. Can't stop a damn thing from coming across. But somehow we're going to stop illegal weapons manufactured overseas. This is the kind of crap we're being fed by Biden and his party. What else? Background checks. Oh, that'll fix it. Like I said, check out Hunter Biden's background. But that said, I'm going to go into stores or go to gun shows and start filling out 3 pages of documents that are going to go to the Treasury Department to determine whether they can buy a gun. If your aim is to kill somebody, if you're a gangbanger, the last thing you want to do is fill out one of those forms. Oh, what else do we have on the list here? Safe storage of guns? First of all, how the hell are you going to enforce that? You're going to go in everybody's house? What does that mean? We're going to require safe storage of guns. Doesn't mean anything. High-capacity magazines. It's like telling people you can't buy 64-ounce bottles of soda anymore, or even 32 ounces. Only 16 ounce. What are they going to do, Mr. Producer? They'll buy twice as much. I'll take 2 of those, please. So I'll have more pistols. A couple extra rifles. What kind of stupidity is this? If crooks are anything, they're cunning. They're cunning. None of this is going to stop anything. Where are these mass murders every single weekend occurring? From time to time in rural areas, from time to time in suburbs. Don't get me wrong, it happens. But every weekend, it's occurring in our inner cities. Why is that? Biden doesn't want to talk about it. Stephen A. Smith wants to talk about it. I've been talking about it until I'm blue in the face. Why is that? Who the hell are the victims? The Democrat Party and Biden, they claim to be very concerned about these victims. How so? How so? When it comes to schools, we can muscle up schools the way we muscle up the White House, the way we muscle up Capitol building, the way we muscle up federal facilities. But for some reason, all government buildings are protected, but schools are government buildings. It's okay to see armed cops where elected officials are, particularly to keep those MAGA extremists away. It's okay to have one level of security after another at the White House, except, of course, when they're snorting coke. But that's a separate issue I'll get to later. But at our schools, it's a bad optics. Excuse me? Talking life and death here. No, the optics are bad. You know what the optics are when they're bad? When little kids are slaughtered. That's a bad optic. When none of the things that Biden's proposing can stop it. Not one. So what's the answer? What kind of law can Congress pass? And so what happened today? They attacked the Republicans. Not the Democrat mayors, not the Democrat DAs, not the Democrat judges who coddle criminals. These are recidivists for the most part. For the most part, recidivists, the cops who know who they are. There have been 346 mass shootings so far this year, says CNBC, which is, of course, ridiculous. A mass shooting is when 2 or more people are killed. It's not a mass shooting. A mass shooting is what took place in Baltimore this weekend. A mass shooting is what took place in Philadelphia this weekend. That's a mass shooting. Mass shooting is what takes place in Chicago almost every weekend. 10 people were killed in Baltimore, Philadelphia, Fort Worth, Texas. Scores were injured. Wichita, Kansas, Lansing, Michigan, dozens and dozens injured. String of shootings in Chicago. Killed 5. 30 wounded. Yeah, we need to have that gun safety. That'll do it. Biden says it's within our power to once again ban assault weapons and high-capacity magazines. They tried that in 1994. He points to it all the time. This will be in the book, too. The RAND Corporation is a very highly regarded think tank and research organization. They say that the ban didn't do a whole lot. Our friend John Lott, who is a brilliant, brilliant man who they've tried to destroy his character, says it didn't do anything. There was another study done that said it almost had no impact. And Biden keeps repeating it. Why? Same reason he keeps lying about his civil rights record. He has none. He has an anti-civil rights record. Go after gun manufacturers. That'll fix it. So the rest of us won't be able to defend ourselves. They'll defund the cops or slash their budgets. We won't have a weapon. And, of course, it's all in violation of the Second Amendment. So they're not serious about solutions. The problem in the inner cities is, in part, family problems, family issues, a lack of opportunity to go to a really good school, which, of course, Biden and the Democrats block. There is a problem in these communities in particular, not because they're black, but because the way they're run under the iron fist of the Democrat Party. Biden doesn't say, what the hell's wrong with these mayors and city councils in these cities? Why aren't they throwing more of these bastards in prison as a prophylactic? They know who so many of them are. Why aren't they sending more cops into these communities? Why aren't they sending more cops into these communities to go after these gangs? Those words will never cross his lips, ever. And yet it's the most rational thing you can think of. Because he doesn't give a crap. He said it. Like he doesn't give a crap about those migrants on the border who are sold into sex slavery. And the 85,000 children they can't account for. We're involved in various forms of manual slavery and labor throughout our economy. He doesn't give a crap. Why? As I've said here and I say in the book, power. Some of us believe liberty is important. Biden's about power. Like Marxists and other autocrats always are. The people, it's all a joke. I'll be right back.
Mark Levin.